Hey guys, Aaron again. Thanks for joining us for part one of this May 1st, 2022 session. Just starting up. We have a couple of tournaments going here. We have this 330 $1,300 guaranteed on ACR. And we lay reg this 330 $2,500 guaranteed. It's like a level 11, but we start with quite a few bigs, so I thought it was fine to just go ahead and enter. With 25, it's been running for a couple hours, so we're just kind of getting in there a little bit quicker. Just trying to get my tables right still. Just starting out. Yeah, we have $330 $500 rebuy add-on here. We added on for an additional $3, so we're probably going to add on after the break, which shouldn't be too much longer. And we have the $557 $150 guaranteed dash. So yeah, we're gonna play a little session tonight, since I actually have some time here. So that's cool. We could 3-bet this, but at this stack depth, probably kind of risky. I don't have any information and stuff yet, so probably at like 40 plus, it'd probably be a little bit better. Queen 4 suited. This guy 2.5x is calling or 3-betting is both perfectly acceptable. Queen 5-3. We have a heart on board. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. Overcards. It checks to us. Go ahead and bet. There's lots of cards we're happy to continue barreling on, so it's really dry board. Okay. Go 10.5 on the turn. I know he's check calling with a lot of Queen X, but we can get him off some of his 5x, pocket 7s, pocket 8s. Maybe some of his backdoor flush draws, like his ace high backdoor flush draws that he calls once and then sees that he didn't get the get the club or whatever he was after. So yeah, just bear with me here. I'm just starting out here and things are still kind of new. Just got back into it for the day, and this tournament's just wanted to take off on me and fucking resize itself for some fucked up reason. I can't even pay attention because I'm okay. What happened here? So I raise 2 callers. This guy bets 4. Fuck. With a gut shot, I think we can raise. With this hand, we'll probably just call. Plus, this hand has the most amount of showdown value, pretty much, out of all of our flush draws. So I think we can just check call with this combination. If I had like an open-ended straight draw too, I probably, or a gut shot, I'd probably raise. But just with the backdoor straight draw in the flush draw at this stack depth, I think we can just check call. Especially since we bet and get raised, we're going to have to fold. So, yeah, we can go ahead and fold this one now. Interested to see what this guy leads, so we're not going to see. I think our play's fine there. Check calling there. Their ace-high flush draw. Should we check raise and get jammed on or something? It's probably marginally okay to call. I don't know. But we can check call with those. 8, 9, 10. We have a club in our hand. Alright, we'll call here. I think we have to call at least once. Gut shot, 2 overcards, backdoor flush draw. That's not the best, but it's something. A 10 high one's not bad. We connect pretty well with this board. Yeah, I think we can let go of it now. 6, 7. Well, I got 2 draws now. What is this? 6.3 into 12. Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy. Like, we could jam potentially, but maybe we have to clean it queen of clubs, or no, that doesn't make any sense. The flush completer didn't get there. I don't know. I guess we can jam there if we think we have fold equity, but I think he probably had something like top pair. So yeah, we weren't the aggressor. Suppose we could lead the turn kind of small and then jam rivers. That would have been okay. Like lead for like third pot on the turn and then jam the river when, you know, it's a pretty good river for us, like a jack or, you know, a queen, a king, because he doesn't have many of those in his range. We probably jam a king. Maybe another 6. Maybe another 6 is okay to jam. And maybe if the middle card pairs too, I think we could probably jam that. And then maybe clubs too. I don't know. Queen 9 off. We'll go ahead and min raise. So yeah, last night my session was recorded. If you want to check that out, April 30th, 2022. April 30th, 2022 session game review. So we're checking out. There's some weird spots we got into for sure. 2.68 fold. So this one, Buck, he's gonna have a lot on this board texture. If we're gonna bet, we gotta go big, and you know we're gonna be doing a decent amount of checking. We don't have a club. We'll just check this one back. I think with the queen of clubs we can bet, but I think we can do some checking on this texture because we're gonna get check raised a ton. Go ahead and bet this turn. This is a good turn for us. Try, like, he could have a lot of clubs that he check calls here too. So we'll go a little bit bigger. 2.68. Probably just fold that. Alright. Not a good card for us. We have a 9, but now we lose to all the clubs, so. Yeah, this is exactly how you don't play this fucking hand. Like, if he has a club, like, doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're gonna play it, at least check raise. Shit. King 6 suited's pretty good. I think we'll just fold. Jam here. I don't know. Yeah, like, just silliness. Just wait for the club and then bet half pot. Like, what else could you be check calling with there? Like, you're not check calling with top pair, you're going to be check raising. Any 9x, you're check raising. So you're pretty much check calling with clubs and only clubs. So, fold. I thought that said 9.1%. I was like, what? Where's the 4? But it said 91, so that's good. I think my bet on the turn there was pretty good. With the 3 9s to try to get called by his weaker stuff. He's not getting the correct odds with his flush draws. I think we might have been able to go a little bit bigger, but, you know, it's going to be very easy to get the money in on safe rivers there. Pot's going to be about 12. We're going to have, what? Pot's going to be 8 to 12, and we're probably going to have 9 or 10 back. So, yeah, it's more than okay. We could probably jam and get called by most of his shit. So we don't have to go super big. Plus, he has no implied odds because, like, we only have 10 big blinds. So he made a pretty bad call. Pretty bad call. Like, I understand why he made it, but, you know, like, he doesn't know that it's probably a bad call because he's not going to get paid, but. Like with his aces, his ace of club, king of clubs combos. I think you have to call there, but I think you're best off check raising them, to be honest, on the turn when you get the next club. Just add some fold equity to it, because when you're check calling without the correct odds to call, without implied odds, like, you're just much better off check raising. Really fucking short in this one. These ones, the blinds go up extremely fast. And we already late regged ourselves, so we're in 31st position out of 57. Looks like we're getting looked up. This guy has a lot of ace X in his range. Okay, 9. Okay, I don't understand that. 9-7. 9-7. I think you're fucked, bud, when you have 9-7. It's not even suited. So that worked out. This is a terrible call with Jack 10 off, too. Awful. You can jam Jack 10 off here. That's more than okay. For 10? Oh, yeah. But calling with Jack 10 is not good. Let me see. Let me grab my phone. I'll tell you what it is. Call a button shove in the small blind with Jack 10 off. Oh, this app's fucking retarded. It says it break even, but I think this app's nuts. And that's assuming that I'm jamming 100% of hands that are you break even to plus EV. And if it's break even, then it's probably pretty bad. Because I'm not going to be jamming every break even hand. Like, if I shove on the button for 10, yeah, any pair, any ace, of course, and then any suited king, Jack 10 off, Jack 9 off. We have Jack 9 off, I guess. And then we have Jack 7 suited plus. So yeah, you're just not beating very much of the shoving range at all. Like, you're just in bad shape. Let's see this one. We did good there with King 10 off. Figure when we got called, we were up against like Ace 9. I was hoping it wasn't Ace 10. 11th position out of 55 players. It was 87 entrants. And it pays where? At 15th? Okay, so we got quite a while to go. There's no ICM implications or anything. 10-2, 6-7. Why not for 8 big blinds, right? This is why these short stack turbos are so fucking profitable, because there's a lot of players on here that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They're just basically playing bingo. They're getting into spots that are so negative. They're like, if you're just getting paid off with your good hands, like every time almost. Like most of the 70% of the time with 10 big blinds that's in your stack, you're getting paid when you get a premium hand. So I think what happened is, oh yeah, this guy jams, and then this guy called with 10-2 off. Dummy. He called with 10 deuce offsuit. To that sizing, we can fold. Hijack, low jack. I have no information on him. It's kind of ridiculously huge. We'll see. We'll see if that's like his usual sizing, or if we'll see if that's his normal sizing, or if you know, he's just polarized with some kind of weird hand like pocket jacks or something. Queen 4 off, high card, low card hands defending your big blind is really fucking bad. Even at like 22 big blinds deep, it's awful. Queen 4 suited, I'm probably gonna peel. Queen 4 off, probably gonna fold every time. Probably start calling at Queen 8 off. I would Queen 8, yeah, Queen 7 or Queen 8, somewhere in there. At least with Queen 8, you can make a straight with it, right? I don't have that down to an exact science or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's close to probably Queen 8. You call it with Queen 8 or Queen 9, maybe, depending on your players' ranges. So we have a benefactor here, Dommy. He's going to be giving this away to everybody pretty quick, I think. Yeah. I have a 7. Yeah, I have a 7. I had a 7, so it's kind of unlikely they have much on this board. So if they don't have a 7, pretty much always 9-3. Holy shit! Like, just thanks, Domi, for giving this guy money. This guy's a 50 and 50, 30, 50-30 too. So anyway, this tournament, the $750 dash $5.50 game. I think we got third in it a couple sessions ago, and it's on record if you want to check back on that. It was pretty good. We played well. We ran pretty well. We won our flips, and yeah, it was good. One couple $100 US dollar, 180 I think US. So it's a pretty good cash considering like the tournament has like 100 players in it, and then it's only $5. Like, yeah, I won like 38 buy-ins, or what would that work out to? 36 buy-ins, 36 more buy-ins for this. So pretty good. ACR doesn't have a lot of $5 games, I've noticed. They have a lot of $2 or like $2, $3, and $4 games, but they don't have a lot of $5 and $6 games. It's kind of sucks because like I would like to play for $6, $5, $6. That's like a nice spot to build your bankroll. I have the bankroll for that. So, but yeah, Queen 10. Let's get rid of it. Hijack for 25. We're gonna raise this hand for sure. I'm opening. I think we're a little bit too deep to shove with Queen 10 off, but all right. We got a limp, and we can check. Ace 9 3. Pretty much check folding. I was just wondering, like on the hijack for 15, do we ever jam? Easy fold. Do we ever jam with Queen 10 off? No, it's the min raise. We jam the Queen 10 suited combo. Okay. Yeah, I get them confused a little bit. Jack 10 suited, Queen 10, King 10 suited, King Jack, Queen Jack suited, and then this Ace 9 off shit. And then a little bit of suited Ace X, and then our small pairs in the hijack for 15. 10-9 suited, 75%. I probably lean towards min raising it though. 2.8, 2.8. It's a pretty big raise. I don't think it'd be the worst peel in the world, but it's just if he went like 2.1, I would call. I don't think it's a game theory optimal call either. 10-8 suited, I'm probably going to call. But 10-8, 10-9 suited for sure. Yeah, I don't think this would be a GTO call or whatever. Like the GTO ranges. They change a little bit too when we have a third person in the pot. But like with suited connectors, like they probably go up in value a little bit. They're good suited connectors because you have more players to extract money from when you actually hit the, I would think. So like your 9-8 suited, your 10-8 suited, 10-9 suited, 8-7 suited, those hands, you know, when you can make 4 different combinations of straights instead of 3 or 2 or 1. Because yeah, you can make 4 combinations of a straight with, you know, 9-8, 10-9, 8-7. You can make 4 different combinations of straights, and then with the suited 1 gappers, you can make 3 combinations of straights, and then with the suited 3 gappers, you can only make 2 combinations of straights. Yeah, so the more combinations of straights you can make, the better the hand, right? That's why 10-9 suited be better than 10-8 suited. Because you can make more straight combinations. There's more straights you can make with it, so. Don't think we're going to be playing till 2 in the morning tonight. I'm not feeling very well, to be honest. I feel kind of shitty, but figure we play a little bit of a session tonight since it's looking good that I have the day off tomorrow at work. I operate vac truck, and it's you know, up in Alberta in Canada, and we have what is called spring breakup because we got all this shit. We got a shitload of snow between the months of November and right around April 1st, April 15th, somewhere in there. Stops snowing and it all melts. We got all this water, right, and the roads are just really fucked up. The back roads are just really fucked up. So yeah, the back roads are really fucked up. So like I work on drilling rigs primarily, and drilling rigs are heavy, so you can't just go down the road with that amount of weight on a back road when it's been wet, because it'll totally destroy the roads, and there's people that make the judgment when it's okay. And so yeah, it's spring breakup, which is fine. I'm okay with it. I worked quite hard actually the last few months. It's nice to have a couple days off and just work on poker and handle my business. I paid all my bills off with the money I made in the first 3 months, because there's January, February, March are the 3 months of the year that are the busiest in the oil patch up here. So yeah, I paid off all my bills. I don't have any bills. They're all paid now, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Trying to build my credit up. To be honest, so I can get a business loan in the future. So plus, you know, I might just take like $5,000 and put it on here. I might take like $5,000 and put it on PokerStars or something in the future. And after I got to do a couple of things. First, I got to study for another. What did he have? He showed. He had junk or what? I just wanted to see what he showed. He showed his hand, which is always a bad idea. Ace queen. Yeah, well. 3.5x. I think he can raise a little bit smaller with that to induce. I think 3.5 is a little bit large. With for 15 effective, like 2.5 would be more than okay. Won't fold top pair to an overbet on river. Okay. I think this is a fold, but I'll double check. Cut off 15. I'm almost positive. Where do we? I'm just trying to get some airtime, I guess. King 7 off's a fold. King 9 off. We start min raising here. Okay. Just checking. I was pretty sure. The one that I was kind of interested, I had like what, King 7 off on the button a minute ago for 15, and King 7 off on the button. King 8 off. At a small frequency. All right, Ace 8 7. We have a pair. These are tricky spots. This guy making a half pot bet. We'll call. Check. This guy's a 67 and 0 over 3 hands. Check, check. We're just gonna check. Happy to check this. Doesn't stab the turn. That's a great turn for him to barrel off with on. Excellent turn for him to barrel off on. I don't know why he didn't. I wish I could take notes on ACR. I could take notes on 888. I can't. I remember I watched the first part 1 of my video there that I made, and I was saying I couldn't take notes on ACR, but it's the other way around. Yeah, I could take notes with the poker tracking software, but I'm not like in love with Poker Copilot, to be honest. I think I'm going to buy Poker Tracker, so there's no point. I think I like Poker Tracker better than Poker Copilot. It's a little bit better. I want to calculate. I want to see what my all-in EV per 100 is. Or big blind, EV big blind per 100. I can't figure out how to do it on Poker Copilot. So if you know, let me know. But I know on Poker Tracker how to do it. And, you know, like I can't remember who said it, but somebody said that, like, if your all-in EV big blind per 100 is over, like, 7, like if it's 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or 15 or whatever, like if it's over, like, 8, you should move up immediately. You should do everything possible to move up as soon as possible. Question is, do we min-raise this? Yeah, this is a min raise. I'm just looking at the EV of okay, we can fold. I was just looking at the EV of the jam, and it was like just over plus EV. So I think I'm just gonna min raise like the marginal ones like that. Like sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I'll just fold, but in that spot, I think it's fine to just min raise. If this guy didn't limp, once this guy limps, we need to have some kind of rejamming range here. Probably like stronger offsuit aces, like ace 7 off plus, ace 6, ace 7 off plus, maybe ace 5 off, and then probably like ace 8, ace 9, ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king. Suited aces, all suited aces are fine, and then pocket 2s to pocket queens, and then maybe like just for fun, when they have no information on our style or anything, we could go ahead and just flat with kings and aces, because that's just great. Like we'll triple up so often doing that. Limp call. I don't know anything about these guys. But yeah, we're gonna make it 10 here. It's a really nice squeeze spot. This hand doesn't really play very well multi-way. We're in position. Sometimes we just get folds, and that's awesome. This guy's capped his range. He doesn't have much of anything most of the time. Well, I guess he doesn't raise, does he? And he jams. Normally, this would be a pretty good call, But this guy just doesn't raise over 40 hands, so he probably has the nuts. He has the nuts. I think I'm taking that down. Like, what is his stats? 21-5 over 40 hands, so that means that he's limping along with ace jack, ace queen, ace king, probably pocket jacks, pocket queens. Maybe mixes with queens and raises or calls. Yeah, he just has a lot of really good hands in his range. He's never 4-betting light there. He has something better than ace 10. I think my play's fine. I think we're getting him to fold 80% of the time. 80% of the time. 70-80% of the time he's folding or just calling, and we actually get to see a flop. So, and then we c-bet and take it down, and yeah. I don't know how, but we're almost like in last place in that one. 48th position at 54 players with 4,000 chips. Started at 5,000, so it's not like I lost all this money or anything. I just haven't really got any cards. And that ace 10 off squeeze was the first real hand I got that I'm willing to raise. My 3-bet, I made my 3-bet quite big because we're a multi-way. I'll raise this one. This guy calls like a shit ton here, and I have a good suited connector, so I think he's going to be calling with a lot of worse jack X. So let's build a pot. This guy limps. We're on the button, basically. Yeah, okay. I call. I'll overcall. We are on the button. The button's up here, but nobody's sitting there, so we're essentially on the button. 3 big blinds, call, fold. Let the fold. And it looks like it's going to work out for us. I just looked at these guys' stats too, and there's very low 3-bet frequencies. So it's more than okay to. This guy's a 95%er. Oh, it's Domi. Yeah, we're all in. I think he's calling with his draws, like, ridiculously enough. What'd he get? Okay, an open ender, and he got there. Okay, yeah, we played that hand excellent. We got him to put so much money in pre. We got him to put so much money in pre, like 1.5x pot. We got him to put it in with the open-ended straight draw. He's like losing so much money there, especially when sometimes he makes his straight. We make a full house on the river, right? Anyway. Two and a half, I guess. What else we got? We got a $15 PKO. And that's it. I guess we're playing a fucking PKO. I'm not very good at PKO. Like the mathematics. Haven't really studied much because I really don't plan on playing PKOs in the future much, professionally. Because they're just, I don't know. There's not a lot of money in them. Because they're just so fucking top heavy, and a lot of the money goes back to the really bad, loose, aggressive players because they take a few guys out on the way, so they're taking equity out of the tournament that they don't normally get back. So it's just not. PKOs are structured for bad players. They started implementing the PKO structure on online poker sites to try to give bad players a small percentage of their money back over time. That way they don't lose money so fast. Because like the really, really bad players, like that Domi guy that we just got in with an open-ended straight draw with 2-pair. Like guys like that, they put $100 on here, and if they're playing freeze outs, or even just tournaments that pay 10% of the field or whatever, they're going to lose that $100 extremely quick. Like over the course of like 20 tournaments or so, it's all gone. And they want these players to continue to pay the rake over and over and over and over and over again. And how do you do that? You give them back a little bit of their money, right? So they can rebuy. So like Poker Stars has went that route with the fucking PKO tournaments, and yeah, there's bullshit. Like I actually took first in a PKO on Poker Stars a while ago, but Counter first is hijack for 10, rejack. Nice. Pretty bad. I thought it'd be better, but it's worth -1 big blind. I thought it'd be better because 8-9 suited, you know, we're gonna get called a lot, and 9-8 suited runs pretty well. I thought it'd be a rejam. Yeah, we rejam with like ace 8 off plus, ace 5 suited, ace 4 suited, king 10 suited plus queen 10. Queen 10 suited is actually bad. Queen jack suited, and then any pocket 3s plus, pocket 4s plus, probably. Interesting. So we're shoving, rejamming pretty tight there. Like we don't have much, like we don't have fold equity, right? Like even king jack is a fold. We don't have fold equity, right? Because he's calling with like pretty wide range. So, you know, when you don't have fold equity, I guess you gotta shove a pretty tight range. That's how it is, right? If you're gonna get called very wide, you gotta shove a tighter range. Do we 3-bet this or just flat? I don't have any stats. Well, let's call this time. Like this is like a bluff. If I'm 3-betting this as a bluff. I don't have any information on this guy. I don't know what his range is yet. This is probably a jam. 10 low jack. It's actually bad. Okay. 9, 10 jack. Check raise. We're going to check raise this one if this guy bets. I think we go ahead and check raise. 2 callers. Alright, we're going to raise and fold to a jam. We got top pair, top kicker. They have a lot of draws. Pocket 9s and 10s make sense, but we're blocking the jacks, so I think we'll just go ahead and raise there. Like the check raise worked out excellent, actually. Because if we didn't check raise there, it would have went. We would have put out roughly the same bet. I'm not 100% sure what the bet would have been, and then it would have went 2 callers. So check raising worked out really good there. We denied their equity with their queen X. Like they're not gonna. Like if they're reasonable, they're not gonna be calling off for like fucking 20% of their stack with an open and a straight draw and an overcard. Like unless you know they have some other equity. Call, raise. This guy raises. I call. It's kind of weird. He's raising off a super small stack. He should be rejamming. Like, and it's just like almost like he's inducing with aces or something. So we'll just call with 6s. 2, 4. Yeah. 2, 4. 2 and 4 is 6. 10 outs. We have 10 outs and maybe the best hand sometimes. All right. We have lots of outs. 48%. Chop. What happened? Oh, this guy had a 6. And this guy had top pair with a 9 fucking kicker. Okay. That's kind of dumb to be ISOing with that. Like, I didn't rejam because it just looked weird to me that he has like 13 bigs and he's ISOing small. Like, when he should be rejamming his whole range. Like, I was like, maybe 6s aren't in such good a shape. But, you know, I'm trying to, like, base this on that player actually kind of knowing what they're doing. I guess maybe I should have weighted these kind of stats to kind of nuts and should have just jammed myself pre. I don't know. Just took the cautious route, and we did check shove with like the best fucking hand. Well, almost. This guy had a 9 or an 8. Like, we can crack an 8. We have any 4, any 9, and any 6. So it's more than okay. 10 outs. 10 outs, and sometimes we have the best hand. Like, for like 30 bigs or less, yeah, it's fine. Sometimes we get him to fold whatever, you know. Middle pairs or whatever, over cards that he's just trying to stab with. Like, we can get him to fold all that equity out. And 10 Jack 3, 4 ways. A lot of players in the pot. And this guy up here is in with 6-5 offsuit. This feed me guy, like, what in the literal fuck are you doing with 6-5 offsuit? Makes absolutely no sense there. This guy jams and we have pretty good hand. Oh, fuck, eh? It's pretty big. We're on the button, though. I guess we'll call. It's only a jam. Like, it's only it's his jam, so pretty much. Check, I guess. And then raise this. It's kind of marginal. We'll go 6. We'll make a small raise. We're not going to go too big. Calls, bank it on the river. Unless he has Jack 9. I don't know anything about this guy, so we're just going to go 20, I guess. Or no, I guess we're just all in. Yeah, never mind. Oh, yeah, Jack Queen. Okay, good raise on the turn. Okay, we'll fold to that. Good raise on the turn. Fuck yeah. We get 3-bet with King Jack here. We'll get rid of that. Even though we're getting good odds, it's like one of the worst hands. Like, yes, we should be calling multi-way and 3-bet pots. Quite a bit, but yeah, like King Jack is just so dominated there. Especially when we opened under the gun. Like, we should be folding some hands, and if we're going to fold some hands, definitely it's going to be like King Jack offsuit. Oh, look at this. 3-bet ace-3 suited. Took this guy out. Wonder what the other guy had. So yeah, that's pretty sweet, guys. We're 8th place out of 56 players now. Average stack is... What's average stack? Average stack is 7.3K, and we have 11.5, so that's good. We got there with the pocket sixes, and then we had a guy bet one big blind on the turn. I think either way, I'm probably making it 6. I don't really weight those one big blind raises too much, and like oftentimes it's like some kind of draw, like marginal draw that they want to just get to the river cheaply with. So yeah, usually I just raise it up with like any top pair, sometimes even middle pair, depending on my read or whatever, on what kind of opponent we're up against. Or sometimes I raise my draws too, yeah, like, but I probably go a little bit bigger with them if I'm going to take that line, because we are trying to get them to fold like top pair or middle pair. So I know, imbalanced, but this guy's a 38-25, king 2 suited. Yeah, we got a fold. It's tempting though. With the 2 in her hand too, we block the auto fold hands that the big blind's gonna have. So it's 2s and 3s in your hand. Probably isn't very good. And look what the flop would have brought. Man. Oh, this guy might have a king. We had a king. Does he have a better king? Show it. Show it. Nah. He probably had something ridiculous like well, I don't know about ridiculous, but he could have had like pocket 10s or jacks or something. Kind of unlikely he has a king there. But I don't know, he's loose passive, so maybe he did have a king. Isn't it great when on a paired board like that you bet and they just like tell you exactly where you're at in the hand by jamming when they're these loose passive guys? It's like, oh, okay, save me some money on the turn, thanks. It's kind of funny. Min raise. We'll call off this crazy guy's jam too. Ace 5 suited is pretty good. Oh, this guy's a 73 and 27. Yeah, and this guy jams. This guy's a 73%er. Fuck, if I jam, does he call? That's the thing. Fuck, eh? He just calls. He has 3 bets. Yeah, okay, we'll jam. He's pretty capped. He's capped. Like, if he's an 8%er, we know that he is 3 betting the best hand, so he's kind of capped there. It was kind of risky, though. King 3 suited takes it. This guy at a 10. Ooh, you had a marginal hand on the fucking river. You're going to throw a fucking tomato at me for that. If we're going to do something like that, too, it's good to have the ace in her hand to block, you know, this calling range is ace, jack, ace, queen, ace, king. These 5 suited is pretty good. But we took a minute to think about it. I wanted to look at his 3-bet percentage and see if he has any 3-bets in his range. Because, you know, and if they have a 0% 3-bet, he's not capped. Call. Alright. Well, they're telling us it's time to jam here. I don't know if it's going to get through, but we get lots of calls. This is more than okay. We have an overcard. We have a heart, the ace of hearts, so that's what they gave us. That's what we got to go with. And we can't check shove because there's no fucking fold equity. You just got to shove yourself. 5, 8, 6, 6. This definitely isn't our board, especially 4 ways. Like maybe 300 we could try, but I don't know. A lot of these guys are going to be checking back 6s on the flop. Just not our board. Seven, 5 off. Yeah, I guess. Oh, the guy with the 6 decided to bet, probably. We have a gut shot. No spades. That's not good. 10 big blinds. Sky ISO. There are 3 bets for a lot. Not necessarily bad. This guy's reasonable. This guy's tight. Yeah, this guy has to have a very strong hand to do this, I would think. I don't think he's doing that with nothing. It's flat here. We don't need to overplay this hand and 3-bet an under the gun razor with reasonable stats. Man. What a fucking card. It goes check, 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 check. They put that card out, and it's like, I have all these 4s. No, we're not going to go with it. Not without a spade. We have nothing, like no blockers. Like, I guess we do block 8-7. That's something, but I don't know. I think we're a little bit too shallow to go for it. Like, I can bet small, like third pot, and then jam river, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being too passive here. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should lead? Like, we're into 1, 2, 3, 4 players. There's pocket 5s, 6s, 7s, pocket 9s. All of those are calling anything. 2 big blinds call. Yeah, easy call. Pocket 7s. Yeah, I'm never getting them off 7s there. This guy jams. It's kind of shitty. I like that hand. Queen 10 suited, especially in position, is a good hand, but we can't call that. Pocket 4s. Yeah, we're ripping. We're ripping this in. This is a very good spot to rip. Get folds sometimes, too. Like, oh, wow. Bank of 4. Yeah, and it's not a sweat. I was wondering if it was going to be a fucking diamond on the turn just to be a sweat, but yeah, that worked out pretty good. This guy's call's fine too. I think so. Without payout implications, I think we can start folding on the bubble and shit, but Without payout implications, it's more than okay to just call off there with king queen suited. I'm gonna have a lot of weaker hands in my range, offsuit shitty aces, and a lot of small pocket pairs like I had. A lot of suited ace X too. So you're gonna be up against an ace most of the time, and you're like 45% there. Do an ace, 47, 45% versus a shitty ace. All right, limp, easy check. Check. Min raise. Happy to go with this hand. I don't know. Did they move us? They must have moved us to tables. 3 on the turn. Check. I think we're best off checking this to keep them in with their bluffs. Like, somebody's going to stab at this. Like, if I bet small, like, I'm going to check this board. We got the world here. We have the backdoor flush draw. We have a backdoor flush draw. We got everything. Maybe we just check call with this one. We're never getting outdrawn. We have a spade in our hand. So we block his bluffs. So I think we just want to check call. King on the river. We got to check. It sucks, though. We got to let this guy bluff off. I'm just going to showboat here. Call. Just with the ace in our hand, I think we can just play a little bit more passive. I don't think he has much of anything here. I think like his bluffs is where we're going to make money. But now the draws miss. He might have a 4. King 5. All right, so the money was going in either way, I guess, there. Okay, really tight big blind. So I'm probably going to expand my range on the button. If I do get a chance, I was going to raise the jack-8 off. Which I think is probably fine, like GTO. Probably not. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look into that. I got to get like good 100 big blind charts. First in. I'm just still getting back into poker too. Like, button 100. Jack-8 off is probably not an open, yeah. It's close though. Oh, it is. Okay. So Jack-7 off would be expanding our range. King-6 off. Jack-5 suited, Jack-4 suited. Yeah, this kind of shit. We'd kind of just expand a little bit when we have somebody in the big blind like that. And then a guy in the small blind with a low 3-bet percentage. Okay, this guy's played almost every hand since we started. 6 into 12.5. King-Jack suited is going to do okay, I guess. I think King-Jack off we can fold, but this one's probably fine. As long as nobody else calls. Ace-6. He has equity. Okay, 100%. Right on. Looks like we're winning these flips tonight a little bit, so that's good. This is a fucking terrible shove. Note. Take a note on that. Hold this. We actually have cash in this one now. A little bit of chips to play with. Rejams for 7 big blinds versus under the gun in middle position with Ace-6 offsuit. Ace-6 offsuit. It's good to note shit like that, because like I was kind of thinking I'm gonna be looking at like Ace-10, Ace-Jack, Ace-Queen, and then some pairs like 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, Jacks. That's the range I was expecting there, like a lot of the time. And then it's when he's in 75% of the hands over 5 hands or whatever, 4 hands. I was kind of like had a little bit of suspicion that he was going to show up with something nuts, like ridiculous, like 9-5 offsuit too. So when you add that in, like 20%, you weight that to like 20% of the time he has something nuts, 30%, and then you give him that range. We're doing pretty fucking good with King Jack suited. So Especially getting over 2-1, slightly over 2-1. So we need to realize like 32% equity there, and oh yeah, even versus Ace Jack, we realized like 32% equity. Three, four, five, six. Just gonna check call because we don't really want to get jammed off our equity here. But you know, on the turn we can do different stuff. Okay, so we do pair up, which is probably a good thing. We block pocket sixes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 14. I don't know. We can check or bet. He probably doesn't have a king though. 7, 3, 4. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. We could check too, but the card's better for us. So we're gonna be doing some leading there with our bluffs too. Like it was 2, 3, 4 on the board by the river. The equities did shift a little. So yeah, I think we just are best off polarizing our range and going large there, and maybe he looks us up with queens and jacks. I know these over bets, they look them up kind of like I'm bluffing a lot in a lot of situations, just because they don't see them very often. They don't know how to react to them. So I get a little bit less credit than I would in a bigger staked game. It was limp here. This hand is like one of those ones that I don't really want to do an all-in. But I do want to see a flop, and I can call a raise with it. I'll just check. Check call. That's our best bet. We could value bet river too, but I was kind of thinking he might go for it again, try to get me off like a 7 or a queen. We gotta fold here. This guy has no money too. I think the logic of doing shit like this is that like if a guy's playing 12 or 15 tables, you won't realize the stack size, and you know, you'll just fold. It's like hands that probably be okay to call for when you know he has that amount of money back, which makes a little bit of sense, I guess. Like he's all in, he's effectively all in, but just not quite. Three big blind raise off 7 big blind stack with kings. I always like to take notes on what their 3x's mean, because yeah, one day it might save me money. We have sixes. It came really bad. This is a really bad board for sixes. Let's get rid of it. Normally I wouldn't be this tight, but we're multi-way, and this is a really bad board. It connects so well with this guy, so. And he's betting into 2 people, so he's probably playing a little bit more straightforwardly. This guy has a lot of Jack X and Queen X that he defends with in the big blind as well. So yeah, sixes just aren't in very good shape. If we're going to be folding things like probably our small pocket pairs, it would be better to float with like our suited broadways that have backdoor straight draws in this situation, because we have 2 outs to improve. At least on this board with like our king 9 suited with a backdoor flush draw, king 8 suited, king 10 suited, ace 10 suited, ace 9 suited. You know, we have a lot of hands that we can call with there, so we're not being like totally exploitable by folding there, just folding on the flop, because we have so much on that board we're going to be floating with in like MDF or whatever. We're okay to go ahead and fold some small pairs on that board texture. Hurry up, bud. This guy's a 15 and 4. He probably has like pocket jacks he's thinking about folding. They always do this right at break time. Like, fuck off. Everybody's ready to go take a piss and, like, get a sandwich or whatever, and I'm gonna piss my whole fucking time bank away because I'm an asshole. Probably what happened is he has a whole bunch of other tournaments, and they went on break except this one, and he just said fuck it. Most likely. But yeah, this is a really good spot to open a little bit wider because, a lot of people are just gonna want to fold and go take a piss, right? It's break time. But anyway, this one's fine to open anyway, but looks like we got a really bad guy. Well, I can't say that yet, but kind of super aggressive. And he's flatting off a 10 big blind stack or 12 big blind stack. So I'm going to say he's pretty bad. Okay, we have the stone cold nuts here. We can check. The SPRs are really shallow. Plus we have the redraw to the flush. Like, do we raise? I don't think we raise this one. Because, like, hearts, we're not worried about hearts right now. And we got to add some nut hands to our calling range. The question is, do I raise with the king or hearts blocker? It's probably fine to raise. He probably has a 10. He's weighted more towards 10x with us with the king. Oh, wow. Fuck, man. I blocked the flushes, so maybe I should have just called. Normally I would, but I had the king of hearts, and it's like I blocked flushes, so he's weighted more towards 10x hands. It's like, okay, we'll look at that one later. Fuck. What do you guys think about that? Do I value raise there? I think maybe that was a little bit light. Fuck. Just the king of hearts, right? Yeah, I play more passively because I have the king of hearts. So I can do a lot of check calling. And then on the river, I raised it all in because I figured he had a lot of 10x. And I had the king of hearts blocker, so it made me a little more comfortable. Yeah, I probably should have just called. Fuck. Anyway, we'll be back, guys.